Coming up on tonight's show, we are going to talk big movies out at the moment. Shazam has hit the big screen, and the new movie Dumbo, directed by Tim Burton, plus Blu-rays galore. We're going to hear from a lot of stars of movies as well, from Danny DeVito to Colin Farrell to Eva Green, Haley Steinfeld, and lots more. You're on The Real Thing with Paulie T. Welcome to the show, everyone. Hope you're having a great week out there. Hope you got to the movies like I did. I got to see Shazam on the big VMAX screen, back up at the old Plenty Valley Village Cinemas. I love it up there. That's where I'm going now. I'll go to other cinemas as well, of course, but, you know, it's always good for a trip. Anyway, wanted to kick off tonight's show and show you a couple of trailers that have hit online recently. It's pretty exciting. The first one is a Joker starring Joaquin Phoenix as, you know him, the Joker, that classic villain, the Batman villain. He's got his own film finally, starring Joaquin Phoenix, directed by Todd Phillips, the guy who gave us the Hangover trilogy, Old School, Road Trip, and lots of other great movies, including his last movie, War Dogs. If you haven't seen that film, check that one out. Miles Teller and Jonah Hill. I absolutely love that movie. I thought Jonah Hill was pretty solid in that movie. I thought he might get another nom for that film. He's pretty choice in that movie. So if you haven't seen that one, check it out. But Joker is his next film coming. It is on the screen now. Check it out. You have got Joaquin Phoenix, Robert De Niro, Zazie Beetz from Deadpool 2 is in this one as well. She's jumped over to DC for a little bit, and lots more. So yeah, definitely pretty excited about this one. It's going to hit this big screen later in the year. And where does this fit into the DC universe? I guess we'll find out. You know, we had Jared Leto as the Joker in the Suicide Squad, and now we have Joaquin Phoenix, who is a solid actor. So anything is possible now with this film. Will it lead into the Matt Reeves Batman world, or will it take us in a different direction? Who knows? But looks like they're really delving into the psyche of the Joker, and I'm all for that. Looks pretty fascinating. The Joker will be in cinemas later in the year. The other trailer I wanted to mention was Cobra Kai Season 2 hit the YouTube this week. That sounds weird. Hit YouTube this week. Check it out on the screen now. Daniel LaRusso's back. Johnny Lawrence is back. Joined by Sensei Kreese. Remember him? Cobra Kai, Never Die. And a lot of familiar faces from the first series. Will we get to see more of the characters from the Karate Kid universe? This series too looks absolutely brutal, the fighting, and looks like the kids escalate and becomes a bit of an all-out war between the two dojos. It's going to be epic, this one. I love the first series. I'm thinking about going back to YouTube and rewatching it before this one hits. Cobra Kai Season 2 will hit YouTube in a couple of weeks. Definitely get onto that one. It was such a great series, such a great throwback to the 80s. Just want to mention really quickly, Suicide Squad is coming. The Suicide Squad, directed by James Gunn, is coming. And Idris Elba's going to be in it. There was a rumour he was going to replace Will Smith as Deadshot. Now it is rumoured he's going to be playing, it's not a rumour, he said it himself, he's playing a totally different character. So Will Smith still a potential to return in future films, but Idris Elba will be in it. Looks like Viola Davis is coming back as well as Amanda Waller, and there is a rumour going around that Rick Flag is going to be back too. So that's pretty exciting. I like the first Suicide Squad movie. It had its problems. Pretty weak villain, but other than that, it's coming. So where will this all tie in with the Joker as well? That's fascinating. Anyway, that is a bit of movie news for you to kick off the show. Dumbo has hit the big screen. Dumbo, we love the cartoon from, I think it was the 40s. Can you believe that? The 40s. And Tim Burton has reimagined Dumbo for the school holidays. What a perfect thing. It's been out a couple of weeks, but what a perfect thing to take the kids to see over school holidays. Might have a bit of a box office up over school holidays. What do you do when you want to know what the kids' film is like? You send a kid to see it. We have got Bella back. She went and checked out Dumbo. We're going to watch a clip from the movie, then we'll hear from her, then we'll come back and do Shazam. You're on The Real Thing with Paulie T.
Don't be scared. Don't be scared now. Your mama's right outside.
What is that?
Hi, my name is Isabella and I'm reviewing Dumbo for you today. Dumbo is a live-action movie based on the classic Disney cartoon of the same name. My favorite part of the movie was that all the actors in the circus teamed up to save Dumbo and his mother and set them back into the wild. Because I would totally do this to help anyone or any animal. If I had the choice to watch Dumbo again, I would, because I found it really relatable. Because if someone took away my mom or father, I would be really sad and act how Dumbo acted. My favorite character in the movie was Joe and Millie because they helped Dumbo while he was really sad and they helped him learn how to fly. Thank you for watching me today. Have a nice day. See you soon.
Dumbo is a lot of fun. We got a flying elephant. Come on, how much more fun can you have?
I loved the original version. This is a new modern take on it.
The original ends with the elephant flying, and this version begins with that.
It's a story of a circus family in disarray. The birth of this baby elephant makes them come together in a magical way.
Tim Burton is directing. He understands outsiders, people who don't fit in. Vulnerable souls like Dumbo.
This film has such an extraordinary visual life.
The colors, the sounds.
The set was enormous. Tim filled it with performers from all over the world.
You had hundreds of extras.
Jugglers and tumblers.
It's pure magic.
I've never done anything quite like this.
I feel like I'm dreaming sometimes.
I got such goosebumps when I walked onto the set for the first time. This was unbelievable.
We need this movie right now.
It's such a powerful, universal story.
Anything is possible.
It reaffirms that individuality is a good thing.
You don't need to be perfect to be loved.
Dumbo!
You can do it. Come on!
Fly, Dumbo. Fly.
It's a small circus, but we have really great contortionists and, high wire acts and all kinds of cool jugglers and clowns. We got amazing clowns in the Medici circus. But it is a time, it's right after the war, First World War, and it's very difficult to make ends meet in the circus. Lots of economic things. So everybody's doing the strong man is working as my accountant, and there's all kinds of stuff. The people are pitching in, doing other jobs to help out, and because we really are a family, and we're trying to make the circus work. There are always layers in Tim's movies, like dualities, not only in the characters, but you see the texture of the sets and also the fact that they are, each section or each part of the story, if it's a beginning, middle, and an end, they're all so unique, each one, the beginning and where and they reflect, like Colleen's costumes. They reflect the personality of the whole troupe. And then the middle, and all that stuff is so off the charts. Being here at Pinewood, which I really dig, for a couple of reasons. First of all, we're shooting everything in these massive sound stages, and the lights are the ceilings are totally silked. Like we've got a silk here. There are like 300 LED lights, big daylight lights, all over the ceiling, and they're controllable by computer. So you can get all the color temperatures. You go from the whole range of the color in there. So when the DP is shooting something that's like if it's sunset or if it's bright sun or if it's whatever, they can change all that stuff right up there. So we've never stopped for rain, never stopped for clouds, never stopped for any kind of weather situation. And it's really kind of cool.
How good, Danny DeVito. What an absolute legend. Well, it is time to talk the new superhero movie. There's one every week pretty much. It is time to talk the new superhero movie, DC superhero Shazam.
I'm so worried about you.
I told you this was a bad idea.
Oh, Freddy?
Wait, what happened to the stairs?
Hey, covering her mouth like you're gonna kidnap her is not gonna make her less scared, okay?
Darla, it's me. It's Billy. I know I don't look like me. A wizard made me look like
Maybe
this.
don't start with the wizard. It's just gonna make her more confused.
Some old guy brought me to a temple, and he made me say Shazam. Rosa!
Verbally triggered body manipulation properties? You can switch by saying Shazam!
Baby, was that you? Are you okay?
I was screwing in a bulb.
Listen to me, Darla. You cannot tell anybody about this, all right?
But it's Billy. He's a hero.
Yeah, but if a supervillain finds out that he's a hero, that endangers us, okay? A hero's loved ones are like the perfect bad guy target. I mean, is she even good at keeping secrets?
Moderate.
No. Oh, God.
Billy Batson has been knocking around foster homes his whole life, trying to track down his real mother who he lost at a carnival one day, and he ended up in the system. But when he does a good deed, he gets on the radar of an old wizard who grants him his powers. He only has to say one word, Shazam. Directed by David F. Sandberg, the guy who brought us a couple of good horror movies, actually, Lights Out and Annabelle Creation, and starring Zach Levi, Mark Strong, Jaimin Hansu, Asher Angel, and Jack Grazer. It is Shazam. Check this one out this week. Been pretty excited for this one. Love a good superhero, especially when you throw a lot of comedy in there, and that's what they've done with this one. Interesting director choice. He has done a few horror movies, as I said, but it works really well, especially there are some scenes in this movie, especially the villain, Mark Strong's character. His driving force, I guess, is a little bit scary, so maybe this one isn't for the younger kids, even though it's kind of light and fun. For most of the movie, there are definitely some horror aspects to this movie. But with that said, it is a really fun film. Zach Levi, when the young Billy turns into Shazam, Zach Levi is the perfect choice. He's such a great actor, such a great comedic actor, such a good guy as well. I met him at Comic-Con a couple of years ago in San Diego. Such a great guy, Zach Levi. Definitely hope this film does well for him. It is a really fun film. The young guys who play, well, the young Billy Batson, Asher, and Jackie's friend are really got some great chemistry. They're really fun together. And when Billy turns into Shazam, the chemistry between him and Zach is a lot of fun as well. There's a lot of humor in this movie. Almost, you'd say, if it wasn't a Shazam movie, if it was a different superhero, you'd say there might be too much humor, but it really works well for this character. It's a good thing to see. Mark Strong, he was Sinestro. Now he's back as another DC villain, and he works really well in this movie because he's got such a great presence, that guy. I love him in films. He's done so many great movies. He's a good guy in the Kingsman movies, but then he can totally turn into this pretty crazy evil character when needs be, and it's a real testament to his acting chops because he's so diverse. Absolutely think he's a top actor for sure. Where does this fit in the DC world and the DC rankings of these new movies, this universe? Definitely still up there for me is Wonder Woman and Aquaman. I pretty much put them on an even par. Maybe Wonder Woman just a little bit higher. Then I'd probably put this movie. I thought it was great. Yeah, really entertaining film. So I'd probably give it that much. I was trying to rank them the other night. I actually forgot Justice League. So there's been a few, and I was counting them out last night. I was telling someone my rankings, and I'm like, hey, wasn't there another one? Oh yeah, Justice League. But anyway, yeah, definitely put this in the top half of the list for sure. If you love your superheroes, you love to laugh, definitely worth checking out. It is in cinemas now. It's a lot of fun. Shazam. We are going to come back and do a Blu-ray. You're on The Real Thing with Paulie T. Blu-rays. Welcome to the Blu-ray segment, everyone. And yeah, going to get straight into them. Let's talk first of all the classic story being retold in animated form. It is The Grinch. It was out for Christmas, went absolutely gangbusters, and it has finally hit Blu-ray. Remember back at the cinema release, we got our young little friend Kane to talk about this one. Let's hear from him again. Let's see what he said about this movie first of all, because it's good to see what the kids say. Then we'll come back, I'll tell you about the Blu-ray extras.
Hi, I'm Kane, and I'm going to review The Grinch for you. Green Grinch hates Christmas more than any other time of year. The movie is based on how he hates it so much. He tries to steal Christmas from Whoville. So, one day, he sets out to try and find a reindeer. This bit's really funny, so I'm not going to tell you how he gets a reindeer. But after he gets a reindeer, so then he sets down to Whoville on Christmas Eve, late at night. And to every single house, he stole their presents, using candy cane launcher guns. Bam, bam. My favourite character is Max, the dog, because he makes you breakfast in bed every single morning when you ring a bell, and people might think this is mean, but the dog loves it. He puts the food on his head and he just goes into a lift and he presses a button and then he brings your breakfast straight to you. It is really funny.
Perfectly said. I mean, it's such a fun film, this one. It's definitely worth checking out. And Blu-ray for sure, you get bonus features galore. You get 3 mini movies first of all. So this is a great one coming up for school holidays to get for the kids. It is absolutely chock-a-block. Not only do you get the 3 mini movies, you also get the making of the mini movies. You get From Green to Screen, Who's Who in Whoville, The Earliest Grinch Memories, You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch lyric video, Songs from His Little Heart, Grinchy Gadgets, and Who Can Draw the Grinch, Max Fred, Cindy Lou's Yule Log, and heaps more. It is, as I said, there are a lot of extras on this one, so it is well worth. This will keep the kids entertained all school holidays. The school holidays coming up, right? I'm pretty sure there is. All school holidays. I know there is because I've seen a lot of advertising for a lot of animated movies coming up. So yeah, definitely one for the kids this school holidays. I thought it was pretty fun as well. The adults will get into this one. It's G-rated as well, so one for the whole family, but the parents won't get, some younger skewed movies. The parents lose a few jokes, but there's definitely stuff in here for the adults and the kids alike. Definitely well worth checking out. The Grinch. Benedict Cumberbatch does such a quality job in that one. Another animated movie right in time for school holidays. It is a Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh! Act super normal. Selecting a bagel.
Spider-Man?
You know that's funny? I get that a lot.
Hey. He took a bagel!
All right, time to swing, just like I taught you.
When did you teach me that?
I didn't. It's a little joke. Team building.
Hey!
All right, you ready?
Of course I'm not ready. I can't do this yet.
Everybody knows that the best way to learn is under intense, life-threatening pressure. Oh, come on.
Target's been spotted.
What are you doing down there?
I run better than I swing.
You gotta swing or they'll catch you.
hugely hyped movie, Oscar-nominated, Oscar-winning movie, Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I actually missed this at cinemas. I watched this on the weekend, and I'm going with the consensus on this one. I absolutely loved it. I didn't think I liked this movie as much as I thought I did. The animation took me a beat to kind of get into the really like comic style animation with the dots. I was like, well, is there something wrong with my TV? No, it's the animation. Oh, that looks pretty cool. Basically, story, Miles Morales is a just average teenager. He gets bitten by a spider too. And while that's happening, all this machine gets turned on by Fist the Kingpin. And he basically merges all these universes together, and all these other Spider-Men and women from other dimensions come in, and basically they've got to figure it out, from Spider-Ham, who's a pig, to Nicolas Cage's Spider-Noir. Let's hear from the cast. Let's see who the cast are. Then I'll come back and tell you about the rest of the movie.
Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse looks and feels totally unique.
There are many different spider heroes across the Spider-Verse. This movie is about Miles Morales, and my character helps him come into his own. Time to swing.
Good, you're doing it.
Gwen Stacy is the spectacular Spider-Gwen. Hey guys,
Okay, who are you?
Gwen is a strong female hero and a natural leader.
Come on. How many more spider people are there?
Hey, fellas. Spider-Man Noir is hard-boiled. He's probably the edgiest of the Spider-Men.
Hello. I play Penny Parker. Penny pilots the mech suit against villains across the Spider-Verse with robot-powered strength.
This could literally not get any weirder.
It can get weirder.
Okay.
Well, what's cool about this one, in the Spider-Verse, anybody can be Spider-Man.
There you go, what a cast, and they all hit their mark in this movie. Absolutely loved it. What else can I say? A lot of ups and downs in this movie, a lot of heartfelt moments. It deals with not only the ups, but the definite downs of being a superhero. There's some tense moments as well. Definitely feel like you're in danger in some points. It is a really well-made film, a lot of laughs as well. So definitely cannot recommend this one highly enough. Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Again, another great animated movie for the kids for Christmas, and that is because, again, it is chock-a-block full of extras. It does have an all-new mini-movie, Spider-Ham Caught in a Ham. That's so cool. It's got Blu-ray exclusives as well, Ultimate Universe mode. So the movie's longer. It shows you alternate scenes, plot lines, characters, and more like drawings, all that through the movie. It's a pretty interesting way to watch the film. We Are Spider-Man, Spider-Verse, A New Dimension, designing cinematic comic characters. They are the Blu-ray exclusives. You also get a tribute to Stan Lee and Stan Ditko. When I saw Stan Lee in this movie, man, I choked up. I got to be honest with you. I got a bit emotional. The Spider-Verse Superfan Easter Egg Challenge, the lyrics video, and it's got a filmmaker's commentary as well, which is always a lot of fun. So again, for school holidays, I would highly recommend getting this one, and you will keep the whole family again entertained for simply hours. That is a pretty decent double feature right there for the school holidays. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Have a great week out there. Lots more coming up next week as well. Have a great week and take it easy.